Hello, my beautiful, amazing crochet family. I am your one and your only Lady of Crochet, Lady Simone, and we are back with another all over the place crochet broadcast, y'all. Because guess what? We are all over the place at all times. We don't never know what's going to come next. And that's a good thing. That's okay. Because sometimes, it's okay to just kind of go with the flow. And over here, I believe in going with the flow, y'all. But I wanted to come and talk to y'all a little bit about some of the things that I was able to get crocheted. And I got some things crocheted last week, and I was supposed to make the video at the end of last week, and I was just like, listen, you got to get this thing done. But I don't know what it was. Last week I had like an uptick in wanting to crochet a lot of things. And I'm just like, what is going on? But I was like, before I start any other new projects, not exactly, I wanted to show y'all some of the things I did last week so we can go ahead and get this video out the way. So next week, which is this week, I can show y'all some of the things that I'm working on and that I have completed by the end of the week. But y'all, I made some little birdies and I wanted to play around with some 4-weight yarn for this one. Now, it did turn out pretty small, but I think it's so cute. I think it's very, very cute just to perch up somewhere. So I made this one. I made this one, which I think was so cute. And I did this one in a different type of yarn. This was more so of a chunky weight yarn, not like the Burnett blankets or anything like that. And it actually worked out pretty good. I like this one. I think it turned out really, really cute. And then I also made this birdie. Now, this is the one where I stopped at because I was a little cricket and I was like, maybe I need to give it a little break, y'all, because you know how sometimes you can crochet and you're doing a lot, you're excited, but then you start kind of getting a little wonky. That's what happened on this project for me. So I made those 3 and I said, okay, that's enough for right now. And remember when I told y'all that I was wanting to make the a lot of like makes that you do for market makes and give away as Christmas gifts. So that's why you're going to see closer to the end of the year that I'm making more and more of these, because they will be a part of my Christmas gifts. So I think they're really, really cute. And I think doing the little market makes, they're quick, they're easy to make, and I think they make great gifts for all ages. So that right there was, well, those were the 3 little birdies that I worked on. Plus, y'all, I finished the baby blanket, and I think I might have to put it up in the I'll put a screenshot of the pictures up there. And a lot of these things I try to make shorts of. So if you see my shorts throughout the week, sometimes I already show a lot of my projects that I was working on. But y'all, check this out. This is the baby blanket that I finished, and it is black, white, no, black and gray. But I used a light gray and a dark gray on this one. And it is a granny square baby blanket, but I went with this border. And because I was finished with the blanket, let me tell y'all, I was finished with the blanket for a little while. I'm not even going. I was like, I was finished with it, but it still seemed incomplete. And I'm like, what can I do to add to the edges? But I didn't want to add anything like, I didn't want to add like the scallop edges, or what's it looks like kind of like this. I don't know. I hope I'm saying it right, y'all. But I didn't want to add that. So I'm like, I want something different. And this right here, I saw a bobble stitch edge, the most simple, I mean, easiest thing to do. And I was just like, that's it. That's it. And that may be how I end my blankets, because I like the texture, but I also like how it looks. Visually, it is really, really cute. Like I say, I'm not gonna hold it up because it's not gonna fit in this video like that. But this is the baby blanket, and it's a gift for a little boy, because I asked it's for a baby boy. I asked the mom, I said, what are your colors that you want me to do? And she said gray and black. So I thought that was so cute. And I said, I wanted to go with the classic granny because I'm a classic granny girl. Y'all, if you have watched this channel, you know I love a good granny square. Like, I am granny squared out. I love it. And I also wanted to add something special. So I did this octopus. And I didn't add any eyes or anything like that, safety eyes or even embroidered eyes. I just felt like just having it just like this. And I wanted to incorporate, the dad loves the color green. So I said, okay, let me incorporate a little bit of that in there. So I put some green here and I put some green here, and everything else is the black and gray colorway. I think this little octopus is so cute, and I love these. I remember when I first started doing amigurumi, I saw the pattern for the NICU octopuses, and it's like when the babies are in NICU, they give them these octopus, they crochet them, and it's the cutest little thing because they say there's such a good meaning. I'm not going to butcher the meaning, but it is a meaning. So if you're interested in that, you can Google NICU octopus for crochet and you will see the meaning, and it is a beautiful meaning. But I think they're just awesome little baby gifts. So I did this right here, and it, to me, it turned out so beautiful. It turned out so cute. So I wanted to incorporate this in the video because I'm actually wrapping this up and I'm sending this off today to the parents. So I hope they really, really enjoy it for their baby boy. Now, I also was on a hat kick this week for some reason. So let me show y'all some of the hats that I made. Now, I did show some of them in some shorts, like I say, throughout the week. All right, so some of the hats that I actually was able to get done was this right here, which is a granny square. And this one I made for my daughter because it's a little on the shorter side, but it's I made it like the granny square, and I folded it and just sewed it up on this side, and I added a cute little brim here. I don't think it'll, but these are called more so your cat ear beanie, but it's a little shorter, but I think it's cute right here too. But it shows right here, the cat ear stands up right here. So I made this one for my daughter. She absolutely loves the color. I don't know. She is into the browns and the neutral colors just like me for some reason. I love all things bright, but I love during the fall time a nice little brown colorway. So I made this one. And then I also used that yarn that I used to make the bird. And I was like, you know what? I think once I made the hat, I had some left over, and that's why I did the bird. But I did this cat hat beanie, and it's a little more on the chunkier side because it was made with the chunky yarn. But y'all, look at that. I put like the little baby Yoda type on the ear, on one of the ear, and I thought it was the cutest little thing. I think it's so, so cute. I don't know, out of the blue, I guess working with that green, it just made me say, hey, what about, or what if I add a little applique on there? And that's what I came up with. So I also have a little beanie that I did here. And it's just a simple beanie, a simple folded beanie. I went with white and blue. I think I was gonna go in another direction with this beanie, but I was just like, you know what? What if I just did it as a folded brim, but I made it a little on the shorter side as well? Because sometimes not everyone wanted to be all slouchy or longer. So I did a folded brim, but I made it shorter. And I like the blue and white colorway. It was something, like I said, I don't know what it was last week. I was just so excited to make things, and I just was like crocheting different hats and the little birdies and different things like that. So then I have this bucket, which is with that blue. This is a dark navy type blue. And this is like a slouchy bucket, y'all. This is like one of those, like, if I'm running out and I just want to throw something on my head, you know what I'm saying? It's cold outside and I just want something. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm not a big fan of white yarn or white anything. Like, I don't like wearing a white shirt. And that's only because I get stuff on my clothes all the time. But I like the little floppiness of this hat, and I like the oversized feel. Like I say, it's something that I can just throw on to go somewhere really quickly. Now, do I like how it looks on me? No. On top of not really liking how it looks to me, I don't really like that white. I think it's too much white. And I'm going to be honest with you. When I have projects like that, I think what I'm going to do is probably frog it and just use the yarn over for something else, because I don't think it's bad, but if I don't really like it that much for myself, I can't see myself giving it to anyone or anything like that. So this yarn, this hat may get frogged, y'all. I don't know. It's just not, Not my favorite. And I was like, you know what? I'm still going to put in a video because I did make it, but it's not my favorite. Now, another hat that I did that I absolutely think is so cute is a double ruffle brim beanie. I think this one is so adorable, y'all. So now, the double brim beanie, like I always say too, if y'all have watched this channel, y'all already know how I feel about hats on myself. I don't know if it's because I wear glasses or how it is. I'm not a big fan of crochet hats on me, but this one is pretty okay. This one is better than the blue and white one, I would say. But I'm not a big fan of the crochet hats on myself. But I really absolutely love the double brim ruffle beanie. And I have this hat as a tutorial on my channel because I think that some people look at it sometimes and think it's so hard to make. I made these ruffles a little more on the softer side. You can actually, I think I used a smaller hook to make it on the softer side. But in the video, I explain, which hooks I use. So the one in the video will become out a little larger as far as the ruffles. But I feel like this is a cute, cute hat if you wanted to add just a little extra flair, And I use the black, gray, and I think it's a variegated. So I use this variegated yarn and I put like a sparkly yarn on the top of it. Now, one thing that you will notice about a lot of my makes is that I am doing yarn busting. So I am going through my yarn stash. Like, listen, I'm not going to purchase any yarn until I use up a lot of the yarns that I have. Y'all, I'm holding true to that just for a few because it's hard. It's so hard. Especially sometimes when you see some good yarn or something you want to try. I'm sitting here like, oh, I want to purchase some more yarn, but then I'm going back and forth. It's like I got one on my shoulder, something on my shoulder saying purchase more yarn, something on my shoulder saying no, use the yarn you have. And the using the yarn you have, something is winning right now. But I'm telling you, I really, really would love to buy some yarn. I don't know what it is. Like I see some cute, cute yarn that I want. But so if you see a lot of things in the different colorways, it's because, or in the same colorways, it's because I'm trying to yarn bust. I'm trying to get through it. Y'all let me know in the comments below too. Have y'all ever did that? Like say, you know what? Made a commitment to yourself. I'm not purchasing any more yarn. I'm going to use what I have. And once I use that, I'll purchase more. And has it been difficult? Like, has that been like a tough journey? Or was it like, nah, I was able to get through it with a breeze? Y'all let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know what y'all have been crocheting. I want to know what are your favorite things that you are crocheting for the holiday season. Like, how does that look for y'all? Are y'all at your goals for the holiday? Because, sometimes we give ourselves these goals and we're like, listen, I'm going to have all of my Christmas gifts or holiday gifts, whatever, done by XYZ. But then we get to XYZ and y'all, we nowhere near that. So let me know in the comments below what y'all are working on and how that looks for y'all. Also, I thank y'all so much for being such an amazing, beautiful part of my crochet family. Like, it is so amazing to see that I have now, like, got over that 1K threshold and we're at 2K subscribers or 2K crochet family members, because listen, all 2K of us are all over the place and we are just going to grow from there. And I just love showing y'all what I'm working on and just sharing my crochet journey, because this channel to me means so much more than just being here to show my creations. I feel like to pour out my love for crochet is actually pouring out so much love into the world. And I hope that y'all really enjoy the channel as much as I enjoy pressing record and coming here and just sharing my love with y'all. With that being said, before we get out of here, y'all know we have to have a message at the end. We have to. And I was sitting here and I was like, you know what? I'm going to give the simplest, beautiful, most amazing message. And then we're going to end the video. And I want y'all to understand that y'all are so beautiful, so amazing. So use all of that beauty, use everything that makes you you, and make someone smile today. Make someone smile. They need it. We never know what people is going through. So you be that thing or that person to make another person smile. With that being said, I want y'all to always remember that I am your one and your only Lady of Crochet, LadySamoan, and I will see you next time.